The 10-point penalty imposed on Everton by the Independent Commission is likely to be reduced on appeal as it is disproportionate to the offence, a sports lawyer told iNews. According to the communication outlet, legal experts believe there is plenty for the Toffees to do before a new panel appointed by Murray Rosen KC. And Baker McKenzie's Carlos Hurtado said they should use a four-pronged case based on their original cooperation, lack of proportionality in punishment, precedent, and future enforcement. Based on his experience, Hurtado believes there is a good chance Everton will have their deduction reduced, probably to around 6 points. Hurtado said, "From my experience in the UK and other countries, appeals tend to be successful in obtaining a more reasonable sanction. I would say give them a chance. It's a reasonable chance of getting a reduction, up to 6 points or something similar. The appeals board has the ability to decide a larger point deduction, although I don't think that will be the case. In reality, a success for Everton is the reduction of points punishment. There is a lot of leeway and freedom for the board to decide the appropriate punishment. They probably won't leave without a point deduction, but I think the most likely scenario is to reduce the point deduction. I think there is a position everyone will be happy with. There is still a strong message, but Everton get a reduction in points deductions which seems more proportionate to the offense committed. Good. If Everton manage to reduce the original punishment, it is probably the best outcome at this point, as there is little chance of it being eliminated entirely. Even the Toffees eventually accepted that they had overspent, although there is clearly a huge difference of opinion as to why. With the news that rival clubs who were ready to claim bigger compensation will now back down and enter negotiations over a deal, it seems possible that Everton could overcome this with a more manageable blow, even if it still leaves many around Goodison feeling hurt. A reduction is unlikely to change the opinion of the majority of the fan base, as the feeling will remain that several factors combined to suppress the club above others. The weight of the penalty was a big part of the feeling of injustice, and the additional risk of financial oblivion in terms of compensation to potentially assigned rivals was a major ongoing concern, so a respite on both counts would be a relief. It remains to be seen whether the Toffees can successfully defend their case before a new panel or reach agreements with the likes of Leicester, Leeds, and Burnley, but there is at least some hope. But if the message is sent that excessive spending will not be tolerated, without destroying Everton, then it could be an acceptable compromise, provided there is no other sting in the next set of bills. What it will say, however, is how the Premier League will proceed against other clubs once the current case is over. Subscribe and leave your like. Big hug, Blue Nation.